I am live, apparently. What's going on, legends? How are we all? What's happening? What is cracking? Where Papa at? Hope we're all well this Sunday or Monday, depending on where you are. If you're in Australia, it's 2 a.m. Monday. Cheers to you all, legends. I hope you're having a cracking Sunday. Oh, shit, I got to wait for the... I think we'll go to that one. There we go. Eating. I wish I was eating cookies, mate. I didn't get to make it to the store. Can everyone hear loud and clear? Are we all good with the audio? Can everyone see my fat head? Are we all good? Yes. I think my fucking shit's lagging. I'm not getting anything in the comments. I'm getting love hearts. That's cute. Hello to everyone. The Joker will be joining us shortly. I think he's having a quick cigarette. Samantha, good to see you. Miser, Destructor, Scotty, Glowing, everyone. Drumanism. I missed anyone that was in the chat before. Dino was there before. I think he's gone now. Hello to everyone. Pork Fang, good to see you, my man. I ate a cookie yesterday. That's awesome. I haven't had a cookie in a while. I've sinned. I've been sinning lately, so I'm punishing myself by not having cookies. There he is.
Hello, Seagalians. Your cardinal has returned.
He's back. So he's at 80% capacity at the moment, or 70 or 60%. But Garrett, good to see you, my man. Good to see you here, brother. I just took a big Putin. That's awesome. Rad guy. The even. What's happening? It's interesting. It's like a 8. What do you reckon? Like a 10-second delay. I'm guessing that YouTube does like that delay in case one of us takes a shit on stage or flops out our tackle and shouldn't do it. They just cut you off, right? Is that how it works? I'm guessing.
I think that's how that happens.
Good to see the congregation this Sunday. I hope everyone's got their cups full and their the herbal medicinal goods outside. By the way, last week's episode I got copyright flagged, and because of all the things we watched, because of Raw, we watched. I don't know if you've seen Raw Joker, the movie with the lions from the 80s.
Oh, the one with Tippi Hedren and.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. We watched a bit of the highlights of that, and a few people hadn't seen that. And
oh, that's a wild movie, dude, with actual animal maulings and shit in it.
Oh yeah, no, that's legit. I when I first started YouTube, actually a year ago, I had this idea. I did like 3-minute movie reviews. It was horrible. It was like a 3-minute movie recap. I don't think I have any of them. Otherwise, I'd play one for you guys to have a laugh. And that was the first video I did because it was a classic movie. Good to see you, Yellow Devil. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It was nuts, but that got me copyright flagged for last week. Of all the shit we watched Neil Breen, we watched a whole bunch of shit that got me copyright flagged. So yeah, Jan, how are you, my friend? This van list. I got my beers, nice. All right, my friends, the agenda for today, as you know, it's all very structured, as always. Check out some comments. That's what we're gonna do. We'll look at a couple of comments. There's not a lot this week because I haven't really had a chance to dive deep into it. Some random shit I have in the folder, that's detailed right there. I figured we'd watch Lawman together, the latest episode. We'll have a bit of a check out of that. And then I thought we might do a trip down memory lane and maybe watch one of my older videos. Like literally go back to, let's go back to the origins of this shit, which was, first video I think was like October 20, wow, that long ago. He humps a sugar babe. I don't know I wonder how many people have actually seen a lot of these older videos, even some of the thumbnails of shit. But look how I got demonetized quite a bit back in the day because I hadn't quite worked out how to get around the YouTube little fucking loop little gates, the wardens. So ineligible, limited, ineligible. There's a lot of that shit going on in the early days. So I thought we might do that, and obviously we'll talk a bunch of shit as we always do. At some parts, I'll probably end up leaving for a smoke, and I'll leave you with Joker to talk about guns and other awesome stuff that I have no idea about coming from Australia. But yeah, just a standard Sunday hanging out with my peeps. That's how I see these Sundays. Just chilling and hanging. Oh, by the way, I gifted... Apparently, YouTube gives me 10 free memberships, right, to give. I'll wait a bit more. I don't think it really matters if people are in the chat. And I gifted 5 accidentally previously. And And I'm going to gift another 5 right now because, I don't know, it's just how it works. So I go here, and it says that YouTube gives me like, yeah, lucky recipient. So we're going to give out 5. Let's see what happens. Bam, let's do it. You're seeing this shit live, people. You're seeing the technology live. All right, who got it? Let's see what's going on. Mark Wild. None of these people are in here thus far. Mark Wild comments a lot, though. He comes in here sometimes. Abel Musa, I remember. Mr. Costa Hopper, yep, definitely a winner. 2 cookies for a ride out. Not sure about. But, hey, you know, that's how it works. Boom. So YouTube doing something useful there. Congratulations to those 5 people. That basically gets you access to videos like 5 hours or a day early. 1 video a week. But it's been an interesting week. For some reason, lately, this fake martial art, the ladies edition, I don't know if y'all have seen it, where I was in doing the Indian self-defense video. That's been doing quite well for some random reason. It's just kind of...
Those are entertaining.
Well, they are. And for some reason, I made that ages ago, like in November last year. But now all of a sudden, it's picked up more traction than it actually had at the time. So I don't understand this algorithm at all.
It is wild.
So this video here, right, it's called... I'll show you here, actually. We'll go to... how does this shit work? We'll go to views. So this video here that I made a while ago is the one that gets me the most views consistently. Now, it also has the least likes, the pretty bad dislike ratio of like 93%. Because a lot of people say I clickbaited by putting this guy in the thumbnail, and I don't know who he is. His name's Jake Mace. I know that now. But a lot of people tell me that like it was clickbait and they were waiting to see him fight. Is he supposed to be some kind of famous dude? I haven't even bothered to look into him.
Dude, I feel like I know a lot about fighters and fighting, even though I screwed up the Rod Tang Buakaw. I must have been sick for that. Because I love Buakaw, dude. His record is... if you research Buakaw and his career, if you look at it, his win-loss record is out of control. Like,
he got robbed too. He got robbed multiple times.
He is one of the most... Oh, Rod Tang too. But Buakaw is one of the most dominant fighters of any type of fighting. And I think if take him out of Muay Thai, if he did a little BJJ, probably a couple months worth, he'd hold his own versus any in the UFC, bar none. He's a bad mofo. He'd be a champion for sure. So I've never heard of this dude.
Well, I get a lot of the comments about this guy specifically. I don't know if I can search. Can I search? All right, Jake. If I type in his name, why do you have Jake Mace in the thumbnail? Jake Mace thumbnail was clickbait. I remember Jake Mace. I came here with the impression. Now, again, I just typed in Kung Fu guy or something like that, and I chose the highest pixel rated video that I could find of a dude hitting another dude, and that was my criteria. That was my only criteria. But anyway, the ladies bullshito video wasn't really getting much traction, but all of a sudden, again, the YouTube algorithm is just a dirty little beast, and I don't know how it works, but yeah, all of a sudden that shit's doing its thing. Anyway, back to the sermon. How is everyone? I haven't been really checking out the comments. I've been too busy gas bagging. Seagal be praised. That's from you, Joker. Seagal be praised. That's awesome. So in the live stream folder today, this is the live stream related folder. There's a variety of things. I mean, we'll do the comments. There's only a couple of comments today that I found adorable. This guy didn't like my cutaways, right? Which is fine because they do get annoying. I can understand. So he called me Super Lame, and I figured I'd call that my new superhero name, Super Lame. I like it. So I thanked Paul, and I moved on. This guy's an interesting one. So I didn't want to delve too deep into this guy. Thanks, Jan. You're a legend. Sorry to get sidetracked. There you go, Destructor. So it came up in your suggested videos, and I don't know why. All of a sudden, it's getting picked up. But anyway, this guy writes, Seagal is no slouch. He's proven himself for decades. Trying to diminish a martial artist's skills is good for one thing: getting your ass whipped humiliatingly. Can you imagine if Seagal challenged me to a fight? I mean, he probably would kick my ass. He'd just fall on me at this rate. I'll show you what I mean later. I assume you're talking about all those real fights he is known for. Kumite and stuff. Many fights, including him using Aikido against perps when he was a sheriff. He was a true badass in the 80s, as well as with some encounters with boxers in New York. I'm sure there's still VHS footage of him slapping them around. And I said, I bet there isn't, or it would have turned up at some point. Everything comes out eventually. Has anyone ever heard of any footage of Seagal slapping around boxers in the 80s in New York by any chance? Or because that's the first I've heard about that. Anyone? Joker, you heard about that one?
No.
I don't know if that footage actually exists. Usually shit comes out at some point, but hey, maybe there is a whole catalog of Seagal beating the hell out of people underground. I don't know. But yeah, that that was it for the comments today. Now, what else? I found a few clips today. Now, Tom Arnold, by the way, is a legend. I found a video of him talking about Seagal, literally talking about Seagal coloring his hair in with a Sharpie. I don't know if anyone's seen that or not. Have you seen it?
And the houseboat story?
No. I've seen the houseboat story where he walks through a door, it was the wrong door and he fell. No. This is a different story. So this is Tom Arnold talking to, I don't know who this guy is. I'll leave everything up so no one can say I'm not giving them credit. Whatever it says is whatever it says. There's a story about Tom Arnold saying that Seagal colored his hair back in the day. 1 second, is it on screen yet? He colored his hair with a Sharpie. So it goes for 4 minutes. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing because we don't need to see 4 minutes of Tom Arnold telling the whole story. But we'll see how we go. If anyone gets bored, let me know and we'll skip it. But this is Tom Arnold's story about Seagal using a Sharpie. A good way to start, by the way, I think, for a Sunday, celebrating the great man. All right, not the poopy pants. No, not the poopy pants story.
Oh, one thing about Seagal, when I did it, was that he's so weird.
Good to see you, Kristen. Before we start, good to see you. Anyone else rocked up late? No, we're good. All right, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Tom Arnold's story. Can everyone hear it? All right.
But I was looking at him like I could definitely take him. He's huge now. He's full on. Vladimir Putin suck up, and but he's a weird guy. He's different. And DMX, my trade was between DMX and Steven Seagal. You could not have had a more diverse. There's DMX's music. He played his own music, and then Steven's in there with his guitar. And
R.I.P. DMX, by the way. It's Dark and Hell is Hot is one of my favorite albums.
I tell some funny stories about Steven. And then a couple of years ago, I get a call from this agent in Europe. He's like, Steven wants to know who's paying you to tell stories about him. I go, nobody's paying. I do that for free. I tell stories about everything. Well, we want to set up a handshake with you guys or a lunch or whatever. And I'm like, I'm good. I am good. He has to do nothing for me. I don't.
Contemporary humor is good to see you, my friend. This is in reference to Seagal saying that 50 people were paid to tell all sorts of lies about him, and I'm guessing Tom Arnold's one of those 50 people. But we're getting to the good part. Kev, good to see you, mate.
It's all good. We're going to do that. And so he didn't do the next movie in the series. Joel Silver produced all these movies in a row, same directors, so a lot of same actors. And the next one is called Cradle to the Grave, which Steven should have done, gotten along better because X-Men was also number one. Like it made money. And they brought in Jet Li to be the action guy. And Jet Li is this tall. His hands are that big, and he beats the shit out of everybody. Like, he was a judo champion of all of China. He's the real deal.
Right.
And I love working with Jet Li. I had a crush on him, love working with him. And when they were rehearsing, him and the MMA guys, who I knew, Tito and Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, he goes, let's do, usually go half speed rehearsal, but he had everything choreographed.
Trust me, does Tom Arnold look younger today?
And they're so tired they could not get their hands on him because he'd get behind him and do this thing with their hands. They have to submit. Like, he was so fast, and so there was a lot of respect for those guys for him too, which is always good to see.
Yeah, so I remember being at Warner Brothers and X-Wings were taken off, and one of the conditions in the feature development building was that Seagal had to learn dialogue. I remember that's how it was put in the meeting. And I'm like, and I was new. I started in 2000, so I'm like, wait, learn? Does he not know? I hadn't met him yet. Does he not know? But he would do something very interesting. If he wanted to get noticed, he would set up a beach chair outside of the stage.
Of course.
And go say hi to the tour and give them an experience. And I actually thought that was pretty endearing.
Well,
That's surprising to see that Seagal would actually sit there and give people autographs and high fives and shit. Very surprising. It seems like it's more likely that he would just ignore everybody.
Hey, Pope, we had a request.
$75,000, but back then, a piece for because he was standing up here, really nice. Like I wish I had it. Like I would wear that every. And Seagal his ego was not allowed to wear it, but he did color his own hair with a black Sharpie. I swear to God. And when the movie premiered,
I mean, that's gold right there. That's gold right there, if nothing else.
Color his own hair with a black Sharpie. I swear to God. And when the movie premiered on the big screen, you can see like a half inch of black Sharpie. It pops out on the big screen. Wow. So that was a funny thing. I thought my ego is too big to use this piece, but I will color my hair in. So that's, but he's I wish it was best.
So, I mean, we all kind of know that the Sharpie was the way to go, obviously. Eddie, good to see you, my friend. But Kelaine, Donnie, good to see you guys. But yeah,
we had a request to say hello to Pork Fang's wife.
Pork Fang's wife, how are you, Pork Fang? Mrs. Pork Fang, Madame Pork Fang.
Seagal Akbar, Pork Fang's wife.
Sawadi Cup, as the Thai would say. How are you tonight? Glad you could join us. You must be a bit of a legend if you're willing to put up with this shit. So, well done, Pork Fang. You snagged a good one, champion. So that was Tom Arnold literally telling us. Now, Tom Arnold is probably likely to exaggerate. I love Roseanne, but she's I mean, if they were married to each other, they're probably just about as crazy as each other. I love her. I love her comedy back in the day. They're all a bit eccentric now. Let's call it. And Tom Arnold's kind of he's always been a little bit crazy, but yeah. I don't know how much I believe the Sharpie thing because I've seen his hair. We've all seen his hair. But I don't know.
I have my personal idea of what's going on there. Is that I still believe that front strip is a press-on.
Well, he just said then that Joel Silver created this $75,000 hairpiece, and that was back then, right? So it probably would have been some elaborate shit for what they had. Now, obviously, now he's got whatever he's got in there woven in. Now it's completely different, and I'll show you what I mean. Now it looks just like, I don't know what it looks like now. But yeah, if he would have got something done eventually that looked better than what he did in the early days. I reckon the early days, probably up until but when was Exit Wounds? Exit Wounds was like 2000 and something, 2009 or some shit. I can just Google it.
Look into that.
Exit Wounds, 2001, okay. 2001. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I thought he would have done something in the 90s, but Steven Seagal. I love how they got an old photo of a recent photo of him there. Yeah, that was interesting though. I mean, his hair's. I still believe that something strange is going on. What's the latest video I had of him I saw recently? Where is it? Oh, sorry.
His hair is a thing of fascination.
It is. I mean, this photo. I don't know. This photo I titled "No Idea but Majestic" because I have no idea what's going on here. I don't read Russian. If there's any Russian Seagalians in there in the audience, please let me know. I actually did speak to a bloke who lives in the same condo as me, and he told me that Seagal is like well respected and a big deal in Russia. Like he's not a poopy head. Like in some parts, they mock him in some parts of the world, unfortunately. But yeah, in Russia, he's kind of revered as a legit badass. And I found this photo, and I just thought he looked just badass there with the greasy on his face. Probably a translation in his ear, and his little bad boy scarf. It's this cute little scarf. I don't know what's going on here. Obviously, that's a religious bloke. Maybe he's being ordained as like the head of Russian religion or something. I don't know.
I know religion and the government in Russia is becoming more entwined. So he's probably supporting whoever this particular bishop or cardinal is, I'm assuming.
I found some actually quite interesting videos today about Seagal and Russia related, right? I found this obvious pro-Putin propaganda thing, right? Which I found, I mean, the only reason I bothered to download this is because I had a little bit of Steven Seagal. So we'll watch a little bit of it, but I don't understand quite what's going on in it. But there were a few photos of Seagal. So again, he's no joke over there. He's something Yeah, we'll just watch a bit of this shit. There he is. So that's him. I'm guessing. I mean, the top photo looks photoshopped. I don't know what's going on there. It's probably not, but it looks photoshopped. That's his wife.
Is this his current wife? Yeah.
It is, yeah. She's like a Mongolian dancer for some Mongolian fucking thing back in the day. I don't know what's going on now. Guessing
Probably
that's
her
the
mother.
mom. Yeah, guessing that's the mom.
Her kid.
And Big Daddy, he's aged like a fine wine, especially his hair. It's gotten tighter on his head, if anything. I mean,
The widow's peak is moving back a little bit.
Yeah, or his eyes are sagging down more.
A little more round.
No, you're right.
I think he's listening to the feedback saying, hey, it looks ridiculous. And, he's probably heard enough about the hair triangles, because I've seen other videos where they talk about his hair triangles other than stuff that we're doing. So like I said, his hair is a fascination. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
Here it kind of looks somewhat real. Here it just looks like someone's grabbed grease and slapped it on someone's head. That's what it looks like here, like just a piece of grease or oil.
With the angle, he's got natural light there. He's out in public, probably like at a soccer match or some kind of pro-Putin rally or something there.
I don't know how to zoom. Someone asked me to go in. I can't go in any further. That's the best I can do because I don't know how to use shit. So I'm going to go back to. We're going to zoom back to original. But yeah, no, that's the
button. You roll your mouse. I'm trying to remember how to do it.
Just brings the volume up. I'm using VLC. It just brings the volume up and down. I thought there should be some kind of zoom thing, but it's not working. But anyway, look, she's an attractive lady. I mean, and he's a good-looking kid. Yeah. And then somehow that came from this. He actually looks reasonably well kept here. His goatee looks nice and trimmed in the bottom one, more so than the top one. The top goatee looks a bit rough. Bottom goatee is looking nice and smooth all around. I think he's all right. I mean, he actually looks like he's had more plastic surgery in the top one.
Yeah, that could be shopped, like you were saying. It looks shopped, and they softened his face with a filter. But being indoors too, they have some more control over the lighting, and you can soften up people's faces with diffused lighting. That's how they used to do soap opera stars back in the days. They diffuse the shit out of the light that goes on the women, and down below it's natural light. His kid is obviously older in the bottom photo, and looking more like Seagal as he ages. It looks like.
Well, we'll see. For his sake, let's hope not.
Seagal is the most handsome man on the planet. You should only hope that he could become as handsome as his father.
Porkfang just said he looks very fake. The reason why he looks fake is because you don't believe any human could look that magnificent, obviously. That's why he looks fake. Nothing is soft about Seagal. That's right, Noam. Everything's hard. All right, back to the Russian propaganda. I mean, the Russian video. By the way, I did notice that a lot of the Putin photos also look photoshopped. Just have a look. It looks photoshopped as well.
Ooh.
All right. Ah, damn it! Stupid fucking restarted it by accident. See. Well, I need a Jamie. All right. I'll skip forward. So that looks fake to me. I mean, I don't know. Putin's head doesn't even look like it's on that body properly. Maybe that's just me.
That looks sharp, doesn't it?
Why is there an Asian bloke in the background? And is he Asian Russian maybe?
Mongol.
And then I don't know what that's supposed to be. All right, this photo here. That is like True Justice era Seagal kind of. I don't know who that woman is. Probably, I'm guessing his side piece. Because that baby looks like Seagal. Is that the boy? That's not the boy, is it? It's got a man bun. Maybe it is the boy. Is that the kid?
It looks awfully large for a baby.
Well, yeah, it's a beast of a kid, but it is Seagal's kid. So I'm guessing that's the little traveling menage a trois right there. We stand with Russia. I love how they got Seagal twice in the opening 11 seconds. Yeah, that looks completely natural. He looks like he wants to be there. This guy looks like he doesn't want to touch him in case he gets shot. And this lady's just smiling so that everyone goes home safely. I mean, speculation. Don't kill me, Putin. Yep. Yeah, some hot Russian lady with a lot of makeup on.
Obviously, there for Seagal.
Some bloke.
There's
Some other
Medvedev,
bloke.
I think.
Yeah. Hot Russian chick at the soccer. Awesome.
Hey, baby.
Another hot Russian, guessing police officer or something. What's her Pokna? I'm guessing that's police with all her medals, or is she like an Olympian or something? I don't know. She's got trophies,
Probably both.
a lot of medals. What are you saying? What are you thinking?
I think she's both probably. Maybe a gymnast or something. Or
She
shooting.
looks like she plays volleyball. She looks like a volleyball person to me for some reason. I don't know. I can just see her in volleyball shorts. I mean, they're very selective about the women they're showing. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying they're very selective about the ladies that they're putting in this. Buccaneer, good to see you, my friend. Even that one does it not look like his head? It doesn't look like his head. It looks like it's been, I don't know. Maybe he's just got a weird shaped head for his body.
That looks like a much younger, because nowadays his face, is more bloated. They assume from cancer treatments or whatever he's getting, his face, it looks like a much younger. He's got more hair. It could be shopped on, but.
Well, I don't know how recent this is. These photos could be old, right? But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't know. This for me, it looks strange to me.
Yeah.
That's a double. Could be a double. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Fnogbogs. Yeah, that's fake. See, everyone's going with the fake. Rabbit, good to see you, my friend. And I appreciate you being in me. Who's this guy? Is this President of VV? Is this just some random black dude they're putting in there for diversity purposes? I'm not sure.
Maybe the president of the Congo or something.
Yep,
or Sudan, one of the places that has a big Russian presence right now.
Okay, interesting. Or this could be some black dude on the street. Could just be some black dude leaning against the wall because there's someone behind him with a gun saying, "Smile, motherfucker, stand for a photo." I mean, that's an
maybe
option.
some Eastern European pop star or something.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Oh, there he is. There's a great man again. Look at the size difference. Like he wouldn't maul him. Darling. You gotta go.
Okay.
She is. I just told her she needs to get out or be quiet. Who said that, by the way? Thanks for saying that. Samantha, yeah. She is chittering in the background. She was supposed to have moved on. But anyway. Yeah, so he look at the size difference. He literally would eat him alive. And I'm not just looking at that hair again. He's got the ponytail back. You're right. There is multiple tones and thicknesses to this cranial covering. Yeah. It is strange.
I don't. They claim that he's been wearing a clip-on for a while for the ponytail. That is a natural ponytail. I'm gonna say just because of how wispy it is at the end, it needs trimmed real bad, right? No one's putting a clip-on like that.
I'm not hold on a sec. Let me clear something up in the comments. All right, it's not. I gave her 10 minutes before the stream started. I told her your talking's too loud in the background. You got to go into the other room with your friend. All right. So I made it very clear pre-stream. She either is quiet or she goes into the bedroom. Now she's chitter-chattering in the background. So the ground has been established. All right. The rules have been set. There's an understanding, and she's breached that understanding. So she has to be told.
Testify to this.
I can testify
to this, Your Grace.
Joker was there pre-stream with me. So it's been set. It's not about being a Chad. It's just about shit is real. It is how it is, and that's it. Everybody knows the rules. That's right, Bucknative.
You have to give her some leeway because the energy of Seagal fills the area channeled to you, Your Grace.
It doesn't matter if it was my friend or my brother. I'd say the exact same thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I could have gone with that. I could have gone with that route. But I went with the more diplomatic. Yeah, I know you were joking, but I went with the more diplomatic route of come on, we spoke about this. She does owe me some good. Hey, glowing. I'm not gonna complain about the cookies or the nookies, mate. That's not an issue. Now we have a good understanding. I was actually talking to Joker previously about before the stream about how without Google Translate it would be so very difficult right now, having to use the old Translate book. But her English is quite phenomenal, and we actually have kind of a unspoken understanding just by looking at each other and body language. We kind of understand each other. We're on the same wavelength. To quote Terrence Howard and Billy Carson, we're on the same frequency and same wave. We're on the same wave. We're on the same wave conjugation. So yeah, we have a pretty good. We have a good understanding.
The platonic
Yeah,
solids.
exactly. And it's not my style to yell or get aggressive. I like to use my adult voice and the words that God gave me the ability to speak. Positive ways. By the way, Billy Carson was on Joe Rogan recently too.
Oh boy,
that was interesting. I don't know if everyone saw that one. On a side note,
woo, the horse shit was deep, so deep.
He's an interesting one. I find all that stuff fascinating, and I don't hold too much stock in anything he's saying. If we're being honest, I think he's researched a lot of whatever the bullshit he's into, I just watched a video of that Professor Dave guy ripping him to shreds as well.
Those are phenomenal videos.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with his approach and his tact, but I mean, you can't argue with the facts that he's putting in the video. I guess the personal attacks and the
I do like savage.
Hey,
he's an academic savage.
He is, but his response to people in the comments cracks me up. Like he just literally, people say to him, "You should give Terrence Howard a try." He just writes back saying, "Shut up, you retard! Why don't you go pick your nose or something?" Like he just goes hard at people in the comments, like "Fuck off, you moron! Learn second grade arithmetic." Like, and I messaged him saying,
"I like it.
Dude, I love the responses." Yeah, he's I wouldn't want to be friends with the guy. He seems like a bit of an interesting character, but his responses to people, the way he responds to the comments. And again, he gets a bit personal when he starts calling them dicks and stuff, and that's unnecessary. But you can't argue with what he's saying in terms of debunking their bullshit.
Oh man, he's on it. He's full of the energy. He's full of the spirit while he does it too, boy.
Yeah, that's another thing. These guys are all great at selling their shit. Like I watch a lot of these podcast guys. All these guys that do rounds, even Jordan Peterson. You know what I mean? People like Jordan Peterson or whoever you might like as a person. Some people might like Andrew Tate. Some people might like, I don't know. What's that other guy's name? Chris Williamson or something his name is. I see him a lot. The guy just reads quotes from everybody. Nice sounding guy, and he speaks with a British accent, which is great. But people just often just quote things and read things in a confident tone that makes them sound kind of prophetic, you know?
That's what Terrence Howard's good at. The dude's an actor. So he can look you right now and go, the platonic solids just don't match up. And when I opened the flower of life properly, I was able to harness the platonic solids. I recognized the angles of incidence, which other scientists could not do. And that allowed me to come up with this new geometry that no one's ever seen before by the conjugations of waves. And looking at what Dr. Russell did with the waves through rearranging the periodic table of the elements through waves, which has nothing to do with nothing.
He spoke a lot of shit about a lot of stuff that made no sense. You going down? It's okay.
And it's phenomenal that he was able to look Joe Rogan in the eye and say this, and Joe Rogan was. Well,
Joe Rogan's job is to keep the conversation going, but I do believe he bought into the bullshit to some extent as well. His job is to get them talking because it gets him clicks. He wants them to say.
Did. Because he talked to Action Bronson about it for a whole fucking show following after Billy Carson and Terrence were on.
And he's telling Billy Carson how smart Terrence Howard was. Yeah. And
Action Bronson too. He told Action Bronson, they're like, and Action Bronson was like, I'm totally on board with that 1 × 1 = 2. I understand it. I understand it. No, motherfucker, you don't understand multiplication. Professor Dave's explanation for that's the best.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I understand all the technical bullshit they're saying, but that's the point. I mean, many people don't understand, and because they don't, it sounds like really technical and scientific and could be right. So they're like, yeah, you know what? We should question everything. And I'm not saying you shouldn't question things. Don't get me wrong. You should. But yeah, it's a strange one.
I was fully on board with Ancient Aliens for years, so I can dig it.
Yeah, I didn't really watch too many of those. I like watching alien shit, like, you know, Project Blue Book and that kind of stuff. I like watching stuff about that. But I never really got into the Ancient Aliens, where I think they were just really just trying to stretch those episodes out, that series out as much as they could, from what I understand. And basically would see like a fucking specks of patterns on a plate and say this could be alien jizz. I think they were just running low on material at some point.
You know, look at how these pictures look of this Aztec king who's in this thing, and it looks like he's shooting up into space in a rocket. And I've seen that, like a model of that picture they talk about close up, and it looks like his foot's on a pedal. It looks like there's air hoses going up his nose. I mean, you can see it. But when you're told to look for this stuff, you know, our minds are set to find patterns, right? And so when somebody points out that certain stuff, and you kind of buy into it, it's easy to buy into.
It definitely is, 100%.
Even when there's evidence to the contrary.
That's
got to drive these mainstream science and archaeology guys absolutely fucking.
Look, I'm all for questioning shit. Like this whole thing with the Sphinx, where they think it might be older than what they think it is. And a lot of these people now say that, a lot of theories are that the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids. They kind of just inherited a lot of those things from civilizations before them. So did the Mayans, so did the blah, blah, blah. I find all that fascinating. But I mean, I need some sort of general consensus or evidence that helps to prove that kind of stuff. Humongous, good to see you, brother. Otherwise, it's just theories at this point. And like I said, one of my favorite shows is the Y-Files, right? Which I love their storytelling, their editing. It's all great. I don't care for Hecklefish. He's not bad, but I don't love him. But the way they tell the story, and even the guy, I think his name's AJ, he says that most of the shit he covers is bullshit. They're great stories, but it's all bullshit for the most part. But they're great stories. And, you know, I think there's nuggets of truth to some of it, but I think, you know, again, who knows? Will we ever fucking know? Like, if there's anything going on between government and aliens or government and anything, why would they tell us? Honestly, why would they bother telling us? That's why it's all this shit kind of is not worth killing yourself over too much, because
I like what people say. I believe more and more when they say it's purposeful misinformation to throw us off other shit, to have us contemplating alien technologies and stuff like that when we're really building technology for some really awesome weapons and shit like that. I think it's to keep it a secret, because it's hard. If 1,000 people know something, not 1,000 people will keep it secret. You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard for people just in a friend group to keep a secret, let alone 1,000 motherfuckers involved with a project. So to put this shit out, it's like the Three Stooges method. Look over here. Look over here. Boop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, misdirection, of course.
Yeah.
Or you could just do what Putin does and just hang out with hotties all day. I mean, that seems to be his general gist of. I've just been figuring. Who's what's going on now? I haven't been checking out the comments. Egyptians had a close relationship with the Greek. Yeah, mate. Panel van man, how are you? Get over it, you condom eaters. Who's eating condoms? What's going on? You got a buddy called Paul, legend. Did you? Yeah, as long as you thanked him, I was stoked to yell "Thank you, Paul" like 20 times.
Legendary.
Anyway, all right, we're just skimming through. There's a couple other photos in here that I did want to make note of. This was one. I don't know what armed service this is, but I mean, I want to join. First of all, this lady here, this lady here, this lady here. These four on the left. Do they not kind of look exactly like they're fucking sisters? This could be AI shit going on. Same as these two here on the right. Do they not look like the two birds here on the left? Am I tripping balls, or do a lot of these women kind of look the same?
Look the same. I wonder if it's they're genetically modified bazooka troops.
You talking about bazookas here, or
yes.
Because I mean, they're all, you know. I mean, except for this one in the middle here, who looks like she's angry. And this one here
But
looks
you're
like a
right.
little
The
bit like,
ones could be almost like triplets on the left, right? And then the twins for sure on the right.
yeah. And then you got a couple of Sinead O'Connors up here that look alike as well, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So rest in peace, Sinead. By the way, nothing compares. Yeah, there could be clones. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. But still, you know, I wouldn't mind getting what's the word? Apprehended, detained by
I
them.
want two pickets to Pittsburgh.
I mean, that's just Vlad just hanging out with Russian schoolgirls, I guess. Maybe he was on his own Epstein plane. I don't know. That's speculation.
Need to save up
That
my
looks like
nipples and dimes.
he looks like he's squeezing out a fart. Literally looks like he's just letting one rip. A little bit of an ass cheek. Maybe like you know when you raise your right leg a little bit and just to get that little bit of leverage so you can fart. That's what it looks like he's doing. A little bit of a leg raise. Again, I don't know who she is, but she was obviously selected because she's disgusting to look at. Super Russian stuff. Hot women. That's the end of it. No more Seagal. Damn, I thought there was more Seagal. But anyway, that's some Russian propaganda stuff that involves our big man. I don't know what this one is. I think this is another pro Seagal video that I found.
It's saying that Russia has it all. Steven Seagal, genetically modified bazooka squadrons, fucking hot soccer fans.
Well,
Come to Russia. Russia has it all.
Well, like I said to you, they seem to really love the man. They really do love the man. Maybe as much as we do. I'm not sure. But obviously not. But I found this video again about Steven Seagal. I don't know what he's doing. He was doing something, but we'll check it out. I haven't edited it. See, you guys get the raw of everything. I haven't even edited these yet. Yeah, these are just still in their raw form. You get that's what you get the inside scoop on the Sunday night sermons. You get everything in its rawest form before it gets polished, like Seagal's, like that photo of Seagal before. So, okay. really raw, motherfuckers, really raw. All right, so he's on stage with, I don't know, it's all Russian people, I'm guessing. She kind of looks Chinese. This guy looks like he's probably Russian. Some bald-headed dude. Is he missing his hands? Is he missing hands there? Or has he got his hands in his pockets? Dude's got stumps, right? Are they stumps? Looks like stumps. So
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Possibly, yeah, he's probably missing his hand. Poor bastard. How did you reckon that happen? Fuck. Probably, damn. No, she's not Chinese. She's obviously Russian. And they're all listening to him say stuff about something. This, by the way, I think was all centered around Seagal this whole day, just so you guys know. This is how well loved he is in Russia. When I tell you that they actually love this dude, I'm not joking. They literally love Sausage Finger Seagal. That's for you, Samantha.
Россия была, есть и будет мировой державой спорта. И сегодня это очередное подтверждение. Поэтому всем спорт. И спасибо огромное нашим гостям, что они сегодня с нами.
I mean, he is looking particularly girthy at this point, and I'm not trying to body shame him because I'm obviously carrying extra pounds myself. But I will say he is looking quite rotund, spherical, circular.
For as much shit, I mean, gospel as he speaks, you'd expect. He's getting up there in age.
Yeah, I know. So is Van Damme, though. I mean, have you seen Van Damme lately? He still does. This is Van Damme doing shit now. So I can find it.
That's his satanic powers.
I don't have it here. Damn it! I don't know what I did with it, but I had it somewhere. It's somewhere. I just don't know where.
Just cause.
I had JCVD. Oh, here we go. That's JCVD now. Still kicking over dudes' heads. So you know, we're not gonna age. Age is an unacceptable excuse for Big Daddy. He's better than that. He's better than that. Anyway,
JCVD's devil powers.
He's a devil powers.
It's his devil powers. He's made his deal with dark ones above him that allow him to retain such a athletic.
How old's Michael
How
Jai
else
White?
you
He's got to be
dancing?
fucking.
That dancing was bought. The dancing, his dancing, is so immaculate, so exquisite that it could only have been purchased through a deal with Mephistopheles.
From the devil.
Oh, for sure. JCVD is the Seagalian Satan. I stand by that.
He didn't make a deal. He is the dark one. He is the dark one.
Testify.
Очередное подтверждение. Поэтому все спор.
Yeah, I don't know what any of this shit is, but he does get up. Here we go. Here we go. So
Looks like
there's a
they're
couple
at
of things.
Sambo, like a Sambo
Hey?
competition. It looks like a Sambo, maybe an exhibition match, Sambo.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of demonstration. He talks about. I don't know if you guys know this, right? You probably haven't been told by Seagal, but he's been studying martial arts for almost pretty much his whole life. If you didn't know, you're about to find out now. If I could literally make a YouTube short alone, a 60-second YouTube short, just full of clips of him saying, "I've been studying martial arts all my life, or for 30 years, or for 50 years, or I've been practicing." I'm not even joking. In Lawman alone, there's about 5 or 6 clips that I can find of him saying how he's been studying martial arts his whole fucking life. So anyway, I'll let him speak. I don't want to speak for him. Just notice the distance from the pant to the end of the shirt here. It gets pretty messy once you get past the elbow joints. It gets a bit rough. Yeah. He doesn't even know what to do with his hands. He's got no pockets. He's worn his cheapest curtains he could find.
Welcome you all. Thank you all for coming. As you know, the martial arts is my life, so I understand very well how you all love it so much. I really want to thank the organizers here and welcome all the different participants from all over the country in your different respective martial arts.
I just want to stop on one thing. We call him Sensei Sausage Fingers, right? But just look at the size of his mitts compared to the guy. That's probably not a good example right there. Let's go back to a little bit further. I mean, look at his hands compared. Oh shit! Look at his hands compared to the kid next to him. Like you can't even see his whole wrist. Yeah, it's covered. It's covered. I mean, look at the size difference. It's huge.
Oh yeah, gee whiz.
His toilet must hate him. Yeah, 100%. He's got giant hands, and obviously this guy doesn't have hands, so we can't compare it to him.
His leg is nearly as big around as that whole guy.
His leg?
Yeah. He's a tree trunk.
He's actually got pretty skinny legs, considering the girth that's going on around here. Relative. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because of the moo-moo. But, I mean, his hair's looking majestic as always. I'll see if I can get a close-up of his hair. Let's see. 1 minute.
Thank the organizers here and welcome all the different participants from all over the...
He does have a hard, round, big belly, boy.
He's looking particularly well fed at the moment. He does have his padded. He actually doesn't look that bad there because you can't see where his legs, where the shirt's coming down, and the angle is quite good.
And you're
for
right.
him there.
The gentleman there on the left is Stumpy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, poor bastard, Stumpy.
Stumpovich. Stumpovich.
Here he is with some Russian bird. Now the hair, as we can see, there's some loose bits there. That's fine. That's completely natural. It kind of joins into a thicker bit. I don't know if you guys can see the mouse, but it joins into like a thicker bit here. And then all sorts of shit happens here. I don't know what's going on. The goatee, not looking very well manicured at the moment. I don't know, maybe he's getting older, but I kind of expected better. I thought he'd have minions.
Style in Russia. He's keeping with the Russian style.
Yeah, it could be.
It's very Rasputin-esque.
Someone gave him a napkin. He can use at the buffet, I'm guessing. A fancy napkin.
Oh, I thought he was going to his bat mitzvah, but there's a ninja behind him.
Yeah, there is. There is a ninja there. It's a Spetsnaz ninja. I mean, this guy's...
Our Lord is amazing. He's at a ninja bat mitzvah.
Well, this guy's obviously some sort of security. He doesn't look...
Oh no,
Doesn't
he's
look like
one of Putin's own right there.
he doesn't look like he wants to be there. Could be Seagal security. Who knows? I mean, or these guys would have to be Seagal security. But look how he's got. Look, yeah, he's got. Well, he is a samurai himself, so
Of course, he'd have ninjas. Yeah.
Again, with his little scarf holding what looks like a bag of cocaine, I imagine, for the after party.
It's a bar mitzvah gift.
The hair looking magnificent. It gets a bit weird at the back of the head there as well. You can see it kind of collapses in the middle. I'm not sure what that's about. It is a fascinating thing.
A little bit of a comb forward or a very thin comb back into that ponytail where he's capping underneath more and more as the years go on.
It kind of reminds me of like what is it, Venom and the symbiote? That's what it is. Like it's just like its own little thing that just kind of moves and adapts and kind of changes.
Wouldn't that be amazing if it talked and arms shot out of it and shit whenever he was in trouble and his hair heads.
Great call, Garrett. His legs are so skinny because he never uses them. Sure, he just sits down most of the time. That is a great call.
So should we all.
What's going on here? So he's hanging out with a bunch of people that he would literally Mongolians.
His family.
That's his people, Mongolians.
They're all Seagals. Those are his people.
I'm a Russian Mongol. You know, my father was a Russian Mongol. These people are Russian Mongols.
Behold, the Seagals, the Segaloviches.
I want to see. He won't put on one of these. Why isn't he wearing one of these cool little fur hats?
The hat, yeah, like Tien from Dragon Ball Z or whatever.
Yeah. Here he looks like he just doesn't want to be around these people because obviously those two women aren't young enough for him. And this guy looks like he's already eaten the cookies, so there's none left over. I don't know. He just doesn't look like he wants to be there. His face just says, "Get me the fuck away from these people." Hasn't he done everything? He has done it. How are you, Trav? He has done everything for the last 50 years. You're correct. Kilgore Trout. Yeah, boy. That's his war cry. Mongolian dude from Brooklyn. He's not from Brooklyn. He's from Michigan. Lansing, Michigan. Just down the road from Joker. Well, a few hours away from Joker.
No, just about 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay, there you go. 30,
I was just there last week handing over my 6-string bass to get reset up. In fact, I'm up there once, twice a week taking guitars back and forth.
This lady's giving him a t-shirt, probably having no idea what size he wears and just hoping that it fits. I'm assuming she got tablecloth size. Here he is, he's tired, so I assume he's just leaning on the post, leaning on some kind of, looks like an aquarium or a, whatever the hell they hold lizards in, whatever they're called. Not an aquarium, a fucking lizard thingy. What's a lizard place called? Terrarium's a bird one. What's a lizard enclosure called?
Oh, is it a herpetoриum?
Oh, fuck if I know.
Herpetoриum, I think.
Field. Well, let's see. Lizard enclosure. Are there any smart people in the chat?
Terrarium. Boo.
Oh, okay. I said that already. I thought it was for birds. What the fuck's for birds then?
I thought terrarium was just a little glass thing with in the 70s. Big here in the
well,
States.
it is. It's probably what they just use for all of them. Maybe it's just what they say for all of them.
Another one that said a reptile house. That's like what they have at the zoo.
Reptile house, yeah. This was his yurt cast period. What's yurt cast? Someone else gives him another t-shirt, which there is no chance that is going to fit him. And it's short sleeve. I never see him wearing short sleeve. He's always wearing long sleeve. He's always wearing whatever. Oh, this is the best. Now he walks around with a fan for the rest of the day because it's too hot. And they put it in slow motion like it's some sort of glorious hero walk. They put that shit in slow motion. He's adorable, though. How can you not love him? He is adorable. All right, so we saw that. We'll get rid of that. We're going to put that in there just so I don't lose track of what we're up to. Here's something that you guys might like. This is what Seagal thinks. I don't know if you all have seen this. This is for my U.S. citizen. This I'm guessing is after he ran from America to Russia. He started talking this kind of smack. Do you agree with him or not?
I believe in the Second Amendment, and I I believe that, I hate to say this, a lot of these mass murders and all this funny stuff that's going on, I believe a lot of this is engineered.
Shadow Wolves.
Shadow
That
Wolves.
is the Shadow Wolves. That's what
Definitely.
he's speaking about.
Okay, and the last. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save these last two. We'll watch. We'll check out the new Lawman, man. We'll watch. Actually, you know what? We'll watch it after. I want to show. I just want to show one more video before we get into that. This is a video I found last week, but I lost it. I wanted to play it of him playing guitar, but not playing guitar. So this dude, whoever this dude is, it looks like he's the president of some fucking shithole country.
I've been looking forward to this.
That no one gives a shit about, right? This guy's obviously the president of some shithole country that no one cares about. He gives
like
Seagal the guitar. Hey?
It looks like Saddam Hussein.
It does a little bit, right? But I think it's some dude from like
Nicolas Maduro.
I don't know. I assume it's from like Azerbaijan or Turkmenistan or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Zig, yeah, there you go, Zig. Yeah, there you go, Zig. Exactly. Some country like that, right? Some sort of dictatorial country, I'm assuming, where they love Seagal.
Oh, is that Turkmenistan's fucking prime minister or president guy?
That's what Zig said. Yeah, I thought it'd be like some weird place like Azerbaijan or Uzbekistan or some shit. Where
the
around that
Turkmenistan
area,
guy is an interesting dude.
Well, they all love him in that Eastern Bloc kind of obscure kind of countries.
Belarus, yeah. Lukashenko loves him.
Yeah, and he gives him a guitar for just. We'll just watch. We'll watch and discuss.
Shred it, Steven. He played ba-bump, 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 open blues with his thumb, and that was it. He didn't shred the lick or nothing.
Now, first we should comment about how far in front of himself he has to hold the guitar. It's almost like he's holding it out because it sits on your stomach usually when you play, right?
I'd sling mine a little lower.
Okay, well, his kind of looks like he's just resting on his belly. I don't know if that's just me. So it looks strange already. But then he just plays like the same thing over and over again. For a guitar expert, I thought he would have literally like torn it up. And is he using a pick?
Shredded a hot lick. You know, even a blues. But then he just played the three note blues and didn't even play all three notes.
Well, I think they were expecting more. And then
I'm sure.
Then they have a moment. They have a moment together now.
Ooh. Vulcan mind meld.
And Seagal goes to give him head, but the guy walks away. That was Seagal trying to give him head. He couldn't bend down any further.
It looked like that was the holiest of all thank you Pauls right there. Thank you, Comrade Paul.
I've actually got a lot of random clips that I haven't actually played before. I've got we'll get there in a minute. I've got three Seagal clips. One being he presents an Academy Award, right? Back in I don't know when it was. I'm guessing the 90s, which was interesting, right? He's horrible. He can't even read from a fucking teleprompter. Then we've got this one I found. This is about, I believe, Seagal doing some dirty shit back in the day, so I think everyone's going to enjoy that one. I believe he's defending himself
Also today,
against allegations.
This is going back like old school.
Seagal's divorce.
This is when he was, by the way, it was alleged that he slapped the shit out of Kelly LeBrock back in the day, which, you know, look at him, that magnificent hairline back then even. This would have been a current affair. You guys have that in America. Look at that in Australia too.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is...
And that this divorce comes as no surprise.
Yeah, so she was apparently banging Seagal. So I'm guessing she's the Stormy Daniels for Seagal, if you want to call it that. Toilet Baby. That's a great name. How about you, Toilet Baby? Polls. Good call. Good call, Glowing. All right, start a poll.
A poll.
I like that.
Little upper decky.
That's the quality of the poll question right there. Bam. What? I can't even type properly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about 3/4 of a bottle down, and I've had a few herbal medicines today. Let's call it that. I made sure I ordered enough this time because last week was a schmozzle. I ran out before the stream last week, Joker, of
Oh, geez.
natural herbal goods. Yeah, I just didn't get it down pat, so I ruined that nicely. It looks like the poll's going towards obscure Seagal stuff. I like it. Everyone likes obscure Seagal stuff. How can you not?
Hey, Real
how many people-
Tuba. John. How's it going?
Jan. Oh, Jan is here. Jan, did we say hi to Jan already? I don't know. We might as well catch up. Neo Cortex, Tuba, how are you? Trevor, I said hi to. Taller Baby, we saw. Nice. We're up to date. All right, the poll says, well...
I shaved down. It's getting hot here in the States. We've been having a heat wave up here in Michigan. It's been in the 90s and humid as fuck. It rains almost every day, so it's been sort of miserable, and I haven't been feeling so hot. So I'm at whatever it took to get some heat off. The big-ass beard was warm.
Can you hear me now? I accidentally touched my microphone.
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
You're back.
Sweet. I think everyone just lost me for a sec. All good, Jan. Good to see you, my friend. L'chaim. Nice. All right, obscure Seagal stuff is going to win by the looks of it. Half of the people have voted. We're 3/4 of the way through. I tell you what, we'll let the poll run. Joker, you can have the floor. I'm going to go for a quick lavatory break.
Sure.
The mic is yours. Talk about guns and other cool stuff like heavy metal or whatever it is.
You guys want to talk about.
Yeah, do a Q&A. Here's a good time for Q&A for either Joker or myself. You got to fight. Hold on, there's a Q&A option here. What does that actually mean? Say something. Hey, ask
Something.
questions. Hey, ask questions. Well, how does it work? I've never done this before. Oh shit! What's this shit? Where is everyone? What the fuck? No,
I'm looking at the chat here. It just has "Hey, ask questions" at the top, but the chat's still available.
I'm getting rid of that shit then. This will remove all questions in the question. There is no fucking questions in the question list. All right, that was a waste of time. I feel like
throat Ben, it's all right. I had another kind of thing yesterday. I didn't want to get into it. I went to fucking band practice, and I was there for about 15 minutes, and I started feeling all hot in my head, and I started, my fucking arms and legs felt like rubber again, and I ended up falling out of my fucking chair, passed out for about 5 or 6 minutes, and it was kind of scary, like, because my buddy was talking to me, and what came out of his mouth and what I heard were two entirely different things, and we were like 2 feet from each other. It was like almost like a psychedelic experience. It was really fucking weird. So I don't know. I gotta see goddamn doctor, and I hate them. I fucking hate them. Dealing with the VA makes it really difficult to love the doctor. So I gotta do something. My favorite Seagal song is fucking easily Strut. When the girls start to strut, you look at that, but you should not do that. Her dress is so damn pretty, not just there to cover her kitty. Yeah, glowing. You know what? You know how I kind of came out of it? This has happened to me time to time throughout my life. And a lot of it's been when I've had surgeries like in-office procedures, or when I had tattoo. I thought heat stroke too, dude, but I've had heat stroke, Max, when I was in Iraq. I went on a 16-hour mission in 126 degrees, 128 degree weather in Iraq. And so it's different than a heat stroke experience. It was psychedelic like the heat stroke experience can be. But I had an issue. I've got a full back piece tattoo of the, not that Best You Wore Lust album cover, but the one before that, the Vengeance Were Till Death, full size on my back. And during 2 parts of that, one going over my kidneys, I started getting that, oh my God, I'm going to pass out feeling. And I had it done in Germany. My tattoo artist was Romanian. He gave me one of those little strawberry candies like you used to get in the not Pepperidge. Was it Pepperidge Farms? Little place they used to have at the mall. Used to have a kiosk. They sold salami and shit. The little strawberry candies. I sucked on one of those and came back to life. So yesterday, while I'm lying on the fucking floor, and I'm like conscious, but my legs and my arms are like rubber. I couldn't get up off the fucking floor. I had my buddy he brought me a handful of fucking gummy bears, and I sat and sucked on a handful of gummy bears for a couple minutes and came back to life. Got up, got around. My drive home was kind of rough. I just felt kind of How long was I in Iraq? I was in Iraq for 15 months. I was there during the surge 06 to 08 in Ramadi. It's actually Ramadi, the city, and then the FOB is right in actually Tamim, and then El Alaria, we called it El Gonorrhea, over to the other side. I was a combat recovery operator there. I think Miser was asking about best guitarist. That's hard to say, dude. There's so many fucking awesome guitarists. Yngwie is awesome. Steve Vai is awesome. Satriani's awesome. Eddie Van Halen was awesome. Me personally, I really like Tony Iommi. I mean, he's not the most technical or whatever, but it's his heaviness and the way he plays is fucking killer. I heard My Dying Bride way back in the early mid 90s. I really like the first My Dying Bride record, and then the rest. I love that song on the first record. The Erotic Literature is fucking awesome. Yeah, Sabbath are fucking gods, dude. I have a side project band coming out here soon, I hope. We're in the riffing and arranging process, but when I keep passing out at fucking band practice, it makes it difficult. It's called Drug Omen. That is more of a Black Sabbath. Or if you've ever heard of the band Conan, it's kind of like that, like Battle Doom. But I love heavy fucking music like that, dude. I love stoner rock, stoner metal, a lot of stuff like that, like Bongzilla or Bong Thrower. Bands like that I like a bunch. I like that whole scene. Yeah, fucking Sap the Gods, dude. Master Reality is like one of the heaviest things of all time. What, Fanog, did you have a zine or?
The fuck's a zine?
A fanzine. I used to do a fanzine back in the early 90s called Goats of Pandemonium. It was one of the first all black metal fanzines. I only ended up doing one issue. I sold a shitload of them and got hired at Relapse Records. I dropped out of college to go work for Relapse Records. I worked for them for 2 years and then came back. I wrote for a bunch of other magazines, Pit Magazine, some other metal magazines. I wrote for Century Media Records. I did bios and shit like that for Century Media Records. I helped them establish Century Black that brought all the first black metal bands to Century Media. The Emperor, Enslaved. I helped with all that. Mayhem.
Black metal bands. I think you'll find that there's only one man who started the black.
In Living Color. In Living Color is the only real black metal band. That's a song by the band.
I was actually going to say Steven Seagal was probably the first black metal band that existed. I mean,
he was obviously the only one who played like them.
Obviously, yeah, that gets
a black metal band. Black metal is different than black metal. But the first black metal band is arguably from Detroit. There's a band called Death that started in like the 70s that were really ahead of their time. That were all black dudes.
It's true. All right, now obscure Seagal stuff romped home in that vote. So we're gonna go back to obscure Seagal stuff. Now, many of you realize that Steven Seagal has had his, fair run-ins with the ladies. He's dated some Hollywood starlets. I don't know how to spell her name, but I think it's this chick. Yeah, so he dated this bird at one stage, right? I don't know how, but he did. She's pretty attractive as well. He managed to snag her. Then, of course, we have the lovely Kelly LeBrock. who, you know, I mean, she's still all right, but back in the day, Gene Wilder, Lady in Red, that was a great time. Now, somewhere along the way, someone decided it was a good idea to get Seagal and Kelly LeBrock to make a wine ad together. Yeah. Now, before we get into this, I don't know what year this was. It was for some French fucking wine company, right? This is the shit I find on the internet. Spending my day trolling for Seagal shit, and I find Seagal shit. I still find shit I haven't found before. How the fuck did he score her? Good question, Dino. That's a very good question. The whole ad itself is literally, it's basically Seagal being himself while a woman serves his every whim. You'll see. We'll watch it slowly together. You'll see.
I'm sorry, like the traffic was just horrible.
First of all, acting marvelous from Seagal. I mean, he's just playing himself, an arrogant, obnoxious dick.
Same as usual.
It's right there. This better be good.
It's always good.
That's right. He was tapping that shit most nights.
Oops. We lose you're back.
Okay, fucking stupid mic. Sorry, mate. Yep. Technical difficulties. What were we up to? We're up to here. Okay, we'll just go back. I mean, if in fairness, she's doing all the acting. He's just sitting there pulling faces that is fucking horrible.
You've done well.
I hope that was as good for you as it was for me.
I have a feeling it may have even been better.
Well, if you need your bottles open, you know who to call.
Maybe I'll whistle.
Just listen to it, right? Just check this out. First of all these comments are great. That's the worst porn I've ever seen. I know, it's the worst porn I've ever seen. It's what he just says then, where she goes, "Give me a call if you need another bottle." Right? You're right, Jan. She was smoking hot, and she's smoking hot wearing. We'll go back. She's smoking hot wearing like fucking 80s padded shoulder shit, right? Horrible clothing, but she's still your destroyer, right? But for me, it's his line.
I have a feeling it.
Well, if you need your bottles open, you know who to call.
Maybe I'll whistle.
If you need your bottles open, you know who to call. Maybe I'll whistle. That's a Sensei Seagal big dick move if I've ever seen one.
You do know how to whistle, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You do know how to whistle, don't you? The 80s look the 80s look was awesome. I don't know about downstairs. They'll probably be a bit hairy, but the 80s look was awesome.
Fur diaper like Demi Moore had.
You're right. You're right, Costa Hopper. They did have the same hair. He still has the same hair that she had back then. But he probably took it from her. It's true. Glowing. He did every single word. The way he said every single line in that clip made him sound like a sexual deviant. All right, let's check out Seagal at the Academy Awards. I don't know how I came across this one, but I did just stumble across it. Right, it's an Oscar for Best Sound at the 68th annual. Well, Mel Gibson looks like he's fucking young as shit, so this has got to be going back to the 90s, obviously. Well, let's have a look. I'll just see when the 68th Oscars was. 68th Oscars, what year? I put 65th. 68th. Let's try that again. Well, that's obviously 3 years later. 96. So 1996. This was in 1996. Big Daddy would have been 44. Would have been 44 years old. That video, Devil, was for some wine tour promotional thing. Some wine company decided to get them to do it. Some French wine bullshit or something or other. Yeah. The 80s and 90s were the best. I need a cigar now. Yeah, you need a cigar and something to eat. Did just feel like I just blew my load without even doing it, just from watching that. It was quite arousing. Here we go. Here, Mel Gibson. I don't know who that lady is. That looks like Susan Sarandon and that Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins.
That guy, I don't know who he is. Probably some director. Don't know who she is either. They don't recognize any of these people. Next to Mel. No. I don't really like Hollywood, but I know these stooges. I used to like that movie with Martin Lawrence and Tim Robbins. I think it was Nothing to Lose.
My favorite Tim Robbins is Jacob's Ladder.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, dude. I saw that in the theater. I left the fucking theater and turned the wrong way home. The movie was in my fucking head. It's a trip. Anyone else seen that movie, Jacob's Ladder?
Dino. Susan Sarandon was hot back then. Great tits. I mean, I can't remember her back then, but I'm going to say, Dino, you're probably correct about the old titties right there. They look like they're popping back then. So I'm not going to argue with you about that, Dino. I don't remember her. But
she had
the jugs look like they're on display. They look like they were popping. But anyway, let's see what Seagal has to say at the Oscar Butterface. Yeah, great body, Butterface. I like that. Good old Butterface.
She looked all right in Rocky Horror.
I haven't seen it. Is there a movie, The Rocky Horror Picture Story?
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, she looks great in that.
Is there a movie? Okay, I haven't seen it. She had great tits indeed. Jacob's Ladder rules. Never seen it. What's Jacob's Ladder about? It's about climbing ladders?
It's really deep. It has to do with fucking it's a little bit MK Ultra, a little bit a guy coping with his shit in Vietnam. It's fucking wild.
So it doesn't have anything to do with ladders or the erecting of ladders to climb up them?
No, it's the idea of Jacob's Ladder. Look up where it says, what does Jacob's Ladder mean? It
looks like Vin Diesel was in the movie. Is he in the movie? No, I saw a bald dude.
That'd be a recast if it was.
Ving Rhames. Okay. Must be in the bit part. I don't recognize any of these people. Oh, Jason Alexander. George Costanza's in this movie. That's enough reason for me to watch it right there, just to watch Georgie C. Okay.
Yeah, I went and saw that in the theater with one of my best buddies when I was in high school. It's fucking awesome film, dude. It tripped me out.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
You'll have to check that movie out, dude. It's really cool.
Check it. Well, I mean, most of my movie watching now is used up on movies that I plan on reviewing. Like, so I'm just finishing up now. I've done the script. I just finished watching. So how I normally do it, just in case anyone actually gives a flying fuck, is I watch a movie once without writing anything. I watch a movie once, and then I watch it the second time, and I make note of certain lines that, might be amusing. For example, keep an eye out for me, or take a month, hell take two, or anything that I might be able to edit. There's actually in this scene, there's actually some great lines. I can't really find it now, but there's some great lines where I'll put in the word, replace some words with the word dick, or, like here, for example, I was hoping you would give me some of your punani, but it was actually another word. So anyway. So basically what I do is I watch it and then I write a general script, but I find some awesome words. see what I can make out of it, and then go from there. Normally, Seagal movies, for the most part, will be about 5 or 6 pages, the recent Seagal movies. But the old Seagal movies, this is about 8 pages long, because the old Seagal movies, he's actually fucking in it a lot. So, I have to do a lot of, there's a lot to cover. When he's not in the movie much, I don't really care about the movie when I do the review, because it's all about Seagal. Yes, Glowing, Neil Breen's coming next. The point is, I'm finishing off Mark for Death. Then I'm going to be doing a Bullshido video coming up, a new Bullshido video next week. And then Neil Breen is next on the list. I usually try and have them finished before the Sunday, but it's kind of hard because the YouTube passing the YouTube overlords and shit takes time. I often get demonetized, so it's not ready by the Sunday, which sucks because I like to watch it with you guys first and then release it next week. But I'm going to try and time it next week, so I might not release anything at all for most of this week, and then time it next Sunday where I have it ready for us to watch together, and then I'll release it the week. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. It's a bit of a process. On a different note altogether, I might do this poll. I've got another idea that I'm going to do for another channel. Very minimal effort, to be honest with you. Just a bit of humor. It's about I was planning on doing I don't need a poll. I was planning on doing a strange crime stories little series, not on this channel at all, just a separate channel. So this is unrelated to Seagal. This is just me doing some market research for you guys, just to see what you think, because I value your opinion. Those of you that are in here and are in here most weeks, all 50 odd of you, I do value your opinion. The plan was to do a comedic series about strange crimes. For example, I found a crime from Sweden back in 2000 and something, where this guy would steal people's lawnmowers, right, and all their gardening equipment for about 2 years. But he would mow their lawn and actually make their gardens better than it had ever been before he stole their shit. So he'd steal their shit, cut their lawn, do all their landscaping and whatever else, manicure it, and then steal their shit. And he did this for 2 years and got away with it. And then eventually he got caught. But I thought that might be an interesting story for a video. Nothing to do with Seagal, a completely separate channel. This is just me asking... because people like crimes and that kind of shit. And I thought I might do kind of strange, obscure crimes that are a little more humorous than the death and whatnot. What do y'all reckon? Lawnmower Man, yeah. So you know about him, Bucknaduv. You know about the Lawnmower Man. Well, it's an interesting tale. It turns out, yeah, Jan, he was Swedish. Yeah, it turns out the guy had mental problems and stuff. But fucking fascinating story. Just the fascinating story. So, again, I'm not going to spend as much time as I do on this channel. It's just quick little summaries of, weird crimes that are out there, or weird tales. And try and make
the
it a
Lake
little
Tahoe
bit
toe liquor. You know, the Lake Tahoe toe liquor?
Is that a guy, is it? Tiffany Amber
Yeah.
Thiessen?
Yeah, there's the guy that was breaking into houses and sucking toes and skedaddling. And then when they finally caught him last August, he was sucking toes and gratifying himself. And because he took the extra time of self-gratification, he was busted.
Yep, okay. Yeah.
So there are definitely humorous crimes. The toe-sucking whacker of Lake Tahoe.
Well, Humongous, I know you've got a lot of guys that send in just weird news stories to you. So if I ever run out of weird criminals, I'll come to you. But I thought it might be something to do with an interesting perspective. Maybe tell it in a different way. Maybe a first-person perspective. I want to approach it in a different way and kind of just tell a bit of a story about these weird fellas. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I just want to do it as just a side project where there's no face or anything. Just edited with stock footage that I can find generally of just shit background stuff. Not that I don't use that now, but yeah. And then just trying to do a bit of a hustle to make a bit of extra cash, obviously, while I try and grow the Church of Seagalism to a point where it is a self-sustaining economy in itself for everyone involved. But until that point comes, obviously I'm not in Australia doing my normal thing, so I'm trying to think of ideas outside the box. I thought I might try and put my strange storytelling abilities to the test with strange crime. But anyway, that's enough of that shit. We're supposed to be playing the Academy Awards for Seagal. Well, I don't know how people stream for like only an hour or two, right? They must have like set agendas, because it's been an hour and a half of us streaming, and we've just been talking shit. and we've watched a couple of Seagal clips, but it's already been 90 minutes. How the hell do I watch podcasts that don't even go for an hour and a half, and they're actually talking about stuff like legit topics. Yeah, how the hell's this? How? I don't know. Do you offer courses? Yeah, J Rock. Not a bad idea, mate. To get the money coming in, offer courses on Seagalism, how to be like Seagal.
When we get the Bible transmitted to us and
Yeah.
the Bible written, that would definitely be somewhere to go with that. And we are in the very early stages of the Seagalian scriptures. The transmissions are coming. There's a rough outline being started, and soon we'll have one for all of you guys to peruse. Hopefully by the end of next year, if I get on it.
Yeah, true. We don't have time for legit topics. Time for Italian. It's true. But again, like I tell you guys, this is not meant to be a structured podcast. It's just me hanging out with my mates, what I consider my mates, as we'd say in Australia. As Dino
the congregation of the Pauls.
As Dino would know, hanging out with the boys down in Melbourne. So yeah, that's why it's not structured. But time seems to fly. I always try and keep it to like under 3 hours. I'm trying to get it to like 2.5 hours and shit. But it just it doesn't seem to work because we're an hour and a half in, and all we've done is watch 3 or 4 little clips and seen some pictures, which is fine. As long as you guys aren't too bored shitless, that's the main thing. I'm happy doing whatever as long as we're not boring the fuck out of you guys. But yeah, anyway, we'll get to the Academy Awards in a minute. The Bible instead of going to Wikipedia for the plot like I did with Christianity. I'm going to show you how to make jailhouse taffy. I mean, you're a genius, Garrett. I like your style, mate. I like your style. You're about as fucked up as I am. Champion. I actually got a mate of mine in prison in England at the moment. So, Phil, if you ever get to watch this, I know you don't have access to the internet, mate, but good luck to you over there. Poor fella had a bit of a rough trot in Thailand, went back to England, and yeah, now he's in a spot about the butt. You know, you do the crime, you got to do the time, as they say. Unless you're rich or famous or wealthy or connected, then you don't have to do shit. You get away with whatever you want. But anyway, Seagal at the 68th Annual Academy Awards, 44 years old, presenting the Oscar for Best Sound. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what the big man has to say. Chatty on.
Star of Under Siege, Steven Seagal.
I know what you're all thinking. What's Seagal doing up here presenting an Oscar for sound?
I reckon everyone's thinking, what the fuck's Seagal doing here at all? Why did anyone invite him? He can't act for shit. No, that's harsh. What they're all thinking is, oh shit. Sorry, my laptop just fucking, there's a ghost in the midst. My fucking laptop just moved. See that? The spirits did not like me talking a bit of trash about Seagal. The whole laptop just moved out of its place. That's some freaky shit. But anyway. See what you have to say.
Well, there's a reason. A couple years ago, Under Siege was nominated for Best Sound, and it lost. I was devastated. I was crushed. I was hurt. I was beside myself, but somehow I kind of got over it. And win or lose, when you're nominated for an Oscar, it's a big deal. And the Academy knows how to lift your spirits. If you don't win, sometimes you still get to present. The nominees for Best Achievement in Sound are Rick Dior, Steve Peterson, Scott Millen, and David McMillan for Apollo 13.
Can we all agree that just everything he does, he looks so natural? Here to the little slice smirk. Hey?
Never acting.
Well, even here, the little sly smirks he gives, the little head nods, which, you know, he probably himself. It's just all quality acting. I mean, who actually won, by the way, for the best audio?
David McMillan for Apollo 13.
I saw that Apollo 13 at a drive-in.
Michael Herbig and Peter Liedel for Batman Forever.
Wow.
Andy Nelson, Scott Millen, Anna Bilmar, and Brian Simmons for Braveheart. Kevin O'Connell, Rick Klein, Gregory H. Watkins, and William B. Kaplan for Crimson Tide.
He reads all right. I mean, he can read. He can read. I'll give him that. He's not illiterate. He's reading this fine. The names. It's actually probably harder to read names than it is to read a script. So he's doing a better job of reading names than anything else. Batman Forever. Which one was Batman Forever? Was that the one with Is that the second one?
No, the third, I believe.
Which one was the one with Mr. Freeze and that shit?
That was Batman
And the
Forever,
Joker
right?
and the Riddler and all that shit. Which one was that?
No, Joker. Two-Face. That was the one with Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey, and Tommy Lee Jones hated Jim Carrey.
And Two-Face. That was Batman Forever, was it?
Yes.
And then Batman and Robin was the one with Dr. Freeze or whatever, Mr. Freeze with Schwarzenegger, yeah?
Mr. Freeze is in that one also, right? I thought.
Was that Mr. Freeze was Batman and Robin. Okay.
The
So Mr.
Prince
Freeze
was for the Prince soundtrack, Jan, was the first album. The first movie was all Prince soundtrack.
Yep. Yeah, there was Jack Nicholson. I remember that one, yes.
Mr. Freeze is Batman and Robin. Okay.
And
I stopped after the Batman Returns or whatever, Catwoman and Penguin.
That was the second one, right?
Yes.
I saw the other ones. They were just trash, though. I mean,
Alicia Silverstone was Batman and Robin, I thought.
It was, wasn't it? Wasn't that the one with Robin and Batman and Batgirl?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, she was good back in the day, too, old Alicia Silverstone from the Clueless days. That was a horrible movie, though. I don't know what they were thinking there.
Oh, God.
He had nipples and shit.
The stories well, the guy who was the director was a closeted gay guy, and he was really focused on the bat nipples and the bat crotch and the bat ass. Same with the Val Kilmer. You watch that, they had him suiting up and they focus on the bat junk.
But that doesn't change the fact that the rest of the movie was trash too. So clearly,
they're all shitty.
He spent too much time. Well, I didn't mind the first one and the second one. The third one.
The Tim Burton films were fucking killer. But,
yeah. Have you ever danced with the devil by the pale moonlight? I mean, that's a great line that I still use to people.
Oh yeah, Jack Nicholson was fucking. He was, to me, everybody loves Heath Ledger, man. I think Jack Nicholson was the best Joker. I think he was closer to the 70s type comic Joker, the Silver Age Joker.
Yeah, Miser. I never found Nicole Kidman all that attractive, mate, and that's coming from an Aussie. She's just a ranger. She's a skinny ranger that would have freckles all over herself. She's not hot.
I like her better now. I think she looks better older.
Yeah, she actually looked decent in Aquaman when she was done up with all that suit and shit. That's just my opinion, but yeah. Anyway, she's fucking in the head. She was with Tom Cruise. That's enough said right there. Who the fuck hooks up with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, but she was smart enough to get the fuck up out of there.
Heath Ledger was a good Joker. Jack Nicholson was good. Different approach, completely different approach, different movies, different vibes. So you can't really compare them.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a matter of opinion. But they were both phenomenal. Heath Ledger was a great actor, at least in that film. His other films, come on. But he was definitely a good Joker. But me personally, I really like that Silver Age type Joker that Tim Burton portrayed, through his direction and what Jack Nicholson could do. I thought Jack Nicholson was more outwardly evil, while Heath Ledger was more cerebral.
Yeah, agreed.
Heath Ledger was more, if you like Batman comics, and I'm definitely a comic fan, Heath Ledger's Joker was more like the Long Halloween, while the Nicholson Joker was more over the top and more of the Silver Age, maybe Death in the Family type Joker.
Yeah, completely different character.
80s.
I find the comments hilarious. Nicholson Joker is less over the top. He just said he's more over the top. Heath Ledger is greater than Jack Nicholson. Fight me. I like it. What's the deal with Joaquin Phoenix's fame? Anyway, I don't know what any of this has to do with. But Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, I don't think he had anything to do with anything. Danny DeVito was the best Penguin.
He was a fucking awesome Penguin, yeah. Even though Colin Farrell, I haven't seen the film, but he looked good.
Yeah, the makeup and shit was good. I mean, controversial take. I didn't really dig the new Batman that much. It was all right. I'm not going to say I hated it, but I didn't think it was a fucking big deal.
I'm tired of films ruining the books.
I'll tell you what, I don't like that Pattinson fella. I don't know why. It's just something about him. 2 reasons why I don't like him. The whole Twilight shit, right? Where he sparkles and crap. And then secondly, someone told me that, like, I read somewhere that he's a real stinky bastard. He doesn't shower on set and he's a real dirty fuck. So that kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, like Julia Roberts.
What, she said that or she smells?
She's a stinker. She doesn't shower and shit.
Bah, she seems like she'd just be a Hollywood shill anyway.
Yeah. Not one of my favorites.
Anyway, do we really give a fuck who won the award?
The Oscar is awarded to
We'll see.
Rick Dior, Steve Peterson, Scott Millen, and David McMillan for Apollo 13.
Apollo 13, good guess, Grant. I don't know where you came up with. How did you know, mate? Apollo 12, 13 wins. You got it right before I even played it. And it had some impressive, that's some Seagal level premonition right there, Garrett. Impressive, mate. Very impressive.
And that movie itself was pretty ish.
Hey, Eric Roberts was awesome in Best of the Best. That's all I remember knowing. I remember Eric Roberts
in A Talking Cat.
No idea what the fuck that is, but does everyone remember Best of the Best? Best of the Best movies or not? Come on, you're going to remember that shit.
They don't hold a candle to A Talking Cat.
Americans fighting Koreans and shit, man. This was like I don't know if this was relevant at all, but this is like what's his name? Sean Penn's brother, the Fat Penn, the one who died from drug overdose. What's his name? I think it's Chris Penn. Penn's brother died.
Yeah, Chris Penn, who was in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he died, didn't he? He was in that movie too. Yeah. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to put that dude in the karate movie. Like he's got any kind of karateness about him at all. I don't get it. It's very strange. It was a good movie. That was a great movie back in the day. I type in Best of the Best and some fucking Ibiza Mix 2024 comes up. Interesting.
Is that Eric Roberts? 2024 Eric Roberts?
Could be. Look at him. He's probably enjoying himself. He's probably retired. He's gone the hippie route. Why not? Best of the internet.
Eric Roberts ruined his career with the alcohol, of course. And the movie that I was talking about, A Talking Cat, I recently subscribed to Riff Tracks. I don't know if you're familiar with Riff Tracks. It's where they play a movie, then joke over top of it. It's the guys from Mystery Science Theater 3000. I don't know if you're familiar with that either, if that's an American thing. But this A Talking Cat movie, he's the voice of this talking cat. And he slurs his way through every line. He's clearly drunk during the reading. It's a real cheesy movie. One of the stars of the movie is Johnny Whitaker, who when I was a kid, there was a show called A Family Affair. And Johnny Whitaker was Jody in A Family Affair, a little kid.
Riff Tracks. Okay.
Yeah, Riff Tracks is fucking awesome, dude. I love it. They do You ever seen Samurai Cop or Miami Connection?
I've seen that. We watched a bit of Samurai Cop last week.
Oh, did you last week? Fuck, dude. Riff Tracks does that. Oh, they do the Cynthia Rothrock movies. Do you know Cynthia Rothrock?
I do know her. Yeah, of course. She's doing it on
she's awesome. Now. I used to love those back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. I used to rent those from the Hollywood Video. Yeah, there's Miami Connection.
So hold on. What does he do? He just puts some movies on here?
Yeah, there's 3 guys, and they joke over top the movie. Like if you're sitting around with your friends smoking dope, watching a bad movie, and you started riffing jokes over the films. I fucking love these guys. $6.99 a month.
$6.99 a month for what?
They have a whole fucking selection of these movies that they riffed over, and you can watch them for $6.99 a month. The ones that are on YouTube is just a small selection. They have over 500 and something movies. They have an app where you could pull up a movie, start the app, and it automatically syncs their jokes to whatever movie you're watching if they've got it in their list. Okay, they've got Red Dawn, they got Thor and Iron Man, and
let me hear what these guys have to say.
Yeah.
I feel like we're trapped in a music video that refuses to start. Come on. Raccoons? Oh, ninjas. Either way, your trash cans are in trouble. Assume the ninja through the ninja star. Talk about profiling.
So do they don't actually bother with the dialogue and shit? They just tell their own story?
They have the dialogue because they make fun of the dialogue too.
Oh, I'm very confused. I see.
They do a couple blaxploitation films that are so funny.
We're in Orlando, but
okay, interesting. King of the Kickboxer. What's King of the Kickboxer? I haven't seen that.
Miami connection, but the whole thing takes place in Orlando.
Okay. Does it? Interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, while we're here, check out this video I found. Look at the title of this fucking video. 30 minutes ago, family announced sad news of martial arts legend Steven Seagal. So I clicked on this shit. I'm like, who is this fucking dickhead with 4 subscribers? This is the video. We'll watch it. They're making it out like Seagal's dead. Now, clearly, my heart stopped for a moment and I pooed my pants. And I was like, no, it can't be true. The big man's invincible. He is immortal, hanging out with Mike Tyson, as you can see right now. But yeah, let's check out what this little fuckwit has to say about Seagal. I'm guessing I haven't seen it yet, right? I saved it so we could watch it together, right? Dog shit. I just got caught up by someone's comment. How about a night where you attempt to play through that dog shit Seagal video game? How would I get hold of that video game? I wouldn't even know where to begin. If anyone's technically smart enough to be able to create that game, bring it on. I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know how that would work. But I got sidetracked. Sorry. Seagal passing away. Let's see what this dude has to say. Yeah, I'd love to play the game. If someone can make it happen, I'll play it.
Shit. That would be a dream come fucking true.
100%. I don't know how that's going to work. Someone said something about an emulator, but that's beyond my level of shit.
Yeah, I wondered if there was an emulator too, but I wonder if there's enough code or if it's just that one level. It's like
Don't you have
the
to
Alex
game?
Jones game. The Alex Jones game's fucking crazy.
Humongous. You can't beat the game because it's a Seagal game. You just can't beat it. It's impossible. It goes on forever. It's like the Lamb Chop song. You know, it's a song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because it is a song that doesn't end.
They actually talk about that on Riff Track in one of the movies, the Lamb Chop song.
What's that?
They actually bring up the Lamb Chop song in one of the Riff Tracks I watched the other day. It's funny that you mentioned that. You'll have to watch some of those on the side, bro. They're fucking funny.
You have what game? Who's got what game? I just got a modded Xbox today. It's beautiful. That's awesome. Does any of this help me get the Seagal game?
Just got a shitload of games already on it, Robert?
Bobby Mag, none of this is helping me get the Seagal game, mate. I'm glad you're flexing about your Xbox. Happy days for you.
Yeah, nice flex, bub.
It's just off to the point and there's nothing to do but waddle back and forth. Well, Humongous, that's pretty much what Seagal does anyway, waddle back and forth, so it's pretty accurate. That's a pretty accurate depiction of his life, at this point anyway. All right, we're going to watch the Seagal 30 minutes ago. What day was it? This is from 6 days ago, too. This is scumbag. So I actually responded to this guy, by the way, before. How dare you spread fake news, I wrote to him. I suggest everyone go out. Actually, no, don't go in there and bombard him because then he's going to get engagement on his video, and he doesn't deserve that for this shit. But anyway, I've only just found out. Yeah, mate, there was a game. I've got it here somewhere.
It's phenomenal.
Seagal game. If I'm not mistaken. Probably fucking. Yeah. So I'll play it. For those of you that haven't seen it, I did play it once before, but I can't assume that all of you have been to every single live stream.
It's worth it. It's worth it to play again, Pope.
It was called The Final Option.
Steven Seagal
Miser's saying he's got the game. I mean, make it happen. Okay, any of you people out there who are tech savvy, make it into a PC version and then give it to me so I can play it, please.
Yeah, or make a full playthrough video would be fucking killer.
Now, who was it that's saying, yeah, Bobby, here we go. Bobby, you're about to see it, mate. This is the game.
Yeah, Chris Penn died of a stroke. That's right.
Now, keep in mind, this is probably 35 odd years ago, yeah?
That long,
Definitely.
really?
Awesome, Miser. As long as you're not sending me a
Time
virus, it's all
flies.
good. Hey, does anyone here know how to make someone a moderator on yeah?
Discord.
I was trying to make Miser a moderator, but I don't know how to do it. Does anyone know?
Do you have a Discord
Do you know?
server up?
All right, one sec.
Is there a Seagal Discord server now?
Yeah, there is. There's been one for ages. I just don't know how. Every time I share the app, it expires. So how do I make the dude? Does anyone know how to make him I tried clicking on his name and doing a bunch of shit. He doesn't know how to do it either, but nothing comes up as like an option to make him anything. You know? Like if I click here, yeah, there's just nothing going on. I don't know how to do shit. So if anyone knows, let me know in the chat, please.
Yeah, dude, I'm Discord illiterate.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Discord either, but while that's happening, I'll play the cigar game in the background. Well, we can still talk over the top because we don't really need the audio. Well, actually, I'll play you some of the. This is what the sound effects are for those of you that haven't. Shit! Fucking fat fingers. For those of you that haven't seen the game, if you don't know, that's Sensei Seagal, and he's beating up workers, the average people, as you normally would. Man. I mean, it's already fake because he runs. See the little jump he did there? It's already not.
Well, it is 35 years ago, Seagal, where he.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, we did. We're just playing this for people that haven't seen it. Relax. We're just showing the game. So anyway, this is the shitty Seagal game. I want it. Someone needs to give it to me.
Yeah, I'd like it too.
Miser's going to send it to me through Discord somehow, apparently. If anyone's smart enough, yeah, I guess that requires effort. I was going to say make it a better game, but I'm guessing it's not as easy as just making it a better game. I'm guessing, right? It's not that simple.
That and play the Alex Jones game if you haven't, because that shit's off the chain.
What, Alex Jones game? What the fuck's that?
Oh, God, yeah, it's bad as fuck. They made the frogs gay. 1776 will rise again. It's awesome.
Alex Jones game. Is that it? No.
Yeah.
NWO Wars.
Yeah, he plays through the entire game in the one Asmongold does.
Oops. Okay. Is that him?
Yeah.
Is that Alex Jones?
Yeah. Listen to the dialogue.
So who makes these? Okay.
This is as fake as Big Mike being a woman.
Did you say it's as fake as a man being a woman?
Yeah.
When was this created?
Fairly recently. That's 7 months ago with the playthrough. That's, I think, when they start popping up.
Does it say anything about like having to pay for like he's
talks about turning the freaking frogs gay and shit like that? It's fucking killer.
Interesting. There's a lot of strange games out there. I want the Alex game so bad. I'm sure you can find it online, Humongous. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll work it out, Robert. Thanks, mate. I'll work out the game eventually. I'll probably get bored of it after 5 minutes, but it's just I need to have it for the sake of having it.
Yeah, I'd love to have it. I haven't done a lot of gaming in a while. I'd love to play that.
We're getting brained on next week, mate. Actually, no, next week we're getting Marked to Death on by Seagal. By the way, Marked to Death, I hadn't seen it in a long, long time.
It's been a minute.
Damn it, I forgot to put the guy on about killing. But Seagal runs a lot in that, and
in addition to his film career,
he slaps a lot of people in the face in that movie too. Siphon Filter. Why does that sound familiar? Siphon Filter.
That was a cool game.
Dano
Siphon Filter.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, Siphon Filter was a cool game.
All right, let's see what this guy has to say about Seagal dying, allegedly. Check my DMs. Are you sending me sexy messages, Miser? Are you sliding into my DMs, Miser? What's going on? Nope.
Steven Seagal. In addition to his film career, Seagal.
I played Postal for sure.
AI, and it's horribly done. Like it's skipping at the start. Like it's not even me. It's just.
In addition to his film career, Steven Seagal, a name synonymous with martial arts prowess and Hollywood action, has carved a unique niche in the entertainment industry over several decades. Born on April 10, 1952, in Lansing, Michigan, he embarked on a journey that blended his skills in Aikido with a charismatic on-screen presence, ultimately becoming a cultural icon.
I love how he cuts from saying he's a charismatic on-screen presence to this photo where he looks the least charismatic and presency possible. He just looks like some angry dude.
Shoving his gut because he knows he's on camera there. It says magic.
Thanks, Miser. Cheers, mate. I'll check it out in Discord. I think I just grabbed Discord here. Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah. Nice. Thanks, mate. So I just download it or what? What's the deal? Fuck it. Just download it. I'll download it later. We'll do it after. Yeah, he's just sitting there with his arms folded. Literally the least charismatic pose one could possibly have.
Seagal's journey to fame began with his early years studying martial arts in Japan under the masters.
That's the same. I'm pretty sure that's the same jacket he wore in. I think it was. What's the one with the neighbor? A Good Man. I think that was a brown one. He likes wearing that jacket. Cartels. He's got a similar jacket, that leather jacket in Cartels. Yeah.
Pope, remind me after. I got something that I want to send you. Don't let me forget while we're together to tell you.
Everyone, send me a private chat before we forget.
Okay.
To remind you, because I'll forget.
Yeah.
I'll get an emulator. If the Seagal game is truly accurate, you can control his body. Yeah. Well, if it was truly accurate glowing, he'd be sitting in a wheelie chair, like an office chair that he could just wheel down the corridors. That would be 100% accurate. Anyway, let's see what this douchebag has to say.
His dedication and talent quickly earned him respect in martial arts circles, where he eventually attained a 7th Dan black belt in Aikido. Showcasing exceptional proficiency in this intricate martial art form characterized by fluid movements and effective self-defense techniques. Transition.
I mean, that's all. The last 15 seconds is just a total lie. First of all, saying he's respected in the martial arts circles. I don't think that's necessarily true. Maybe within his own martial arts circles, yes, but maybe not the brighter martial arts community. Actually, no. Even I'll show you guys something. Actually, sorry to digress, but I do that a lot. Yeah, Seagal. So I found this a while ago. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is some French dude who's apparently his name's Christian Tissier. He's well respected within the Aikido world, and I don't know. Hopefully, you guys can see the subtitles on the screen. All right, let me know if you can see the subtitles or not. But this guy talks about Seagal. It's got English subs. Somebody give me a 1. Can you guys see the subtitles clearly enough? Is it big enough for you to see? Yes? No? Oh, stupid delay on the damn thing.
Glowing. The martial arts circle is a euphemism for his belly.
Yeah.
I'll be praised.
This guy speaks in French, but just pay attention to what he has to say. If anyone can't see what the subtitles are, I'll read it out later.
Des stars, je pense notamment à Steven Seagal, l'acteur américain qui lui aussi était 7e Dan. Quel souvenir vous gardez de cette rencontre avec Steven Seagal?
Alors, la première fois que j'ai vu Steven Seagal, c'était au Japon, c'était pour une remise, pour la remise des grades qu'on appelait Kenbiraki. Et c'était un peu bizarre parce qu'on a vu arriver la seule personne qui est arrivée habillée avec un kimono traditionnel, très mince, très grand à l'époque. C'était un étranger que personne ne connaissait. En fait, il venait pour réclamer un 5e dan alors qu'il était 1er dan à l'époque. Donc c'était un peu bizarre pour nous. Voilà. Donc
il bousculait un petit peu les
bousculait un petit peu. Je pense qu'il était déjà un petit peu acteur de cinéma et un peu mégalomane peut-être.
Alors ça c'est de l'info. Bien inside. Il était aussi fort dans la vraie vie qu'il l'est dans ses films ou pas du tout?
Écoutez, sur le plan Aikido, je ne me prononcerai pas. Je lui laisse sa qualité d'acteur et qu'on me laisse ma qualité d'Aikidoka.
Mais il avait quand même il était 7e dan.
Il a fait de l'Aikido, bien sûr. Mais
d'accord.
Voilà.
Il était à Aikidoka avant.
Have you noticed this guy's being very diplomatic about everything he's saying without calling Seagal a joke? He's basically calling Seagal a joke.
Avant d'être acteur.
il a été un peu équivoqué entre l'acteur. Oui.
D'accord. Et aujourd'hui, il est toujours présent dans cet univers où on ne le voit plus du tout.
Très peu.
Plus du tout.
Non. La dernière fois que je l'ai aperçu, on a fait une démonstration à l'Al Carpentier ensemble. Bon, il était quand même peut-être dans les 180
He was about 180 kgs and moving with a lot of effort.
kilos, donc c'est un peu dur de bouger à ce niveau-là.
Alors, il vient d'obtenir sa nationalité serbe depuis peu et il ambitionne d'amener d'ailleurs tout Hollywood dans son pays d'origine. Est-ce qu'il a pour but éventuellement de développer l'aïkido? Non, vous n'avez pas eu.
Écoutez, en tout cas, je pense, cela dit, je pense que Steven Seagal peut être un très bon ambassadeur pour l'aïkido. Après, bon, tout dépend de l'image après qu'on essaye de restituer.
A priori, son image, elle est dans le milieu de l'aïkido?
Dans le milieu de l'aïkido, il y a des gens qui adorent parce que c'est un acteur. Après, bon, pour nous, pour les spécialistes, on a, voilà, quoi, sans plus, quoi.
Oui, c'est un peu nous comme Jean-Claude Van Damme en Muay Thai, quoi.
Oui, mais oui, Jean-Claude Van Damme est sympathique.
Oh, dude finishes strong right there. Yes, but Jean-Claude Van Damme is a nice person, allegedly. So basically, this guy's saying, yeah, by the devil. He doesn't know shit, and he doesn't know shit, and he's an asshole, basically. Yeah, but that's what they think of Seagal when it comes to Aikido. Basically, everyone else. So he's not really respected in the martial arts world. I just wanted to highlight that, and got sidetracked. What was I watching before? This guy about Seagal being dead.
Successful film career. Ability to deliver intense fights say.
Beyond
his on-screen persona, Seagal ventured into producing and directing, further shaping
Thumbs
his
down.
influence in the film industry. He co-produced many of.
I like that photo though. I haven't seen that photo. I'll have to get that photo. I like it. Look at the vascularity in his forearm. He's jacked to the tits.
Reverse headstock Mustang, maybe, or Firebird, Thunderbird, Firebird.
Yeah.
Ended his creative footprint by directing several.
He also wears 2 watches all the time. I don't get that. It's annoying. He does it.
He never runs out of time.
Yeah. Well, he's never going anywhere other than he just wants. I guess he just wants to confirm that he gets to the buffet before it closes. All right, let's go.
Projects, demonstrating his multifaceted talents beyond acting alone. However, Seagal's career wasn't without controversies and challenges. His large.
Tuba boy, congratulations, man. I'm glad you landed your dream job, brother. Whatever makes you happy, my friend. That's awesome. Congrats again. And happy birthday for 2 days, my man. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for coming in, brother. Take care. And by the way, Seagal's alive. Don't panic. Before you go, Tuba, it's all good. This is fake.
Larger-than-life image sometimes overshadowed personal and legal issues that garnered media attention.
JCVD misinformation.
Despite these setbacks, his fan base remained
Could be.
loyal, drawn to his distinctive style and the adrenaline-pumping action that defined his movies. In addition to his film career, Seagal explored music, releasing several albums that reflected his eclectic tastes and cultural influences. His musical endeavors showcased a different facet of his creativity, blending elements of blues, rock, and world music to create a unique sound that resonated with fans worldwide. As Seagal's career progressed, he...
Oh, yeah? He what? That's it. This is the level of effort these dickheads put in. This is annoying. You see this shit? This is what YouTube's become now. I'll tell you one thing, right? We're going to go on a bit of a rant now, unrelated. One thing that shits me about YouTube, there's a few things that shit me about YouTube. One is I see a lot of videos of these couples just dancing around, right? They're just doing things like, I don't even know. They're dancing around to, what's that song called? That fucking, I don't know. And people in the comments are like, oh, the joy on there. Like, it's just all, are they all robots? Do people really write the way that some people actually talk in the comments? It's very strange. I find it very, very odd. And then I read the comments and like someone will write a comment and it gets like 30,000 likes. And then they write about how awesome it is to get that. I think people just lack confidence or attention or something or love. I'm not sure. It's very strange. Just the world is just very, very odd. The way people behave, it's nuts. It's an interesting world. Anyway, got off track there a little bit. Where are we at? We're over 2 hours now, Joker. So we might just, I reckon we'll just wind it down in the next half an hour.
Yeah.
The plan for next week, like I said, I'm gonna save the movie review so we can watch it together next weekend. So if I can sneak in a Lawman during the week, I'll do it. But if not, I might just focus all my energy on the latest movie review and try and get that tip top before I move on to the next bullshito. And then Neil Breen, Breeny Boy's coming up. That should be a bit of fun. Somebody sent us comments. Where? On YouTube or? You're right, Eddie. Honestly, the amount of people that get likes, I'm like, wow, I got so many likes. Thank you, guys. I can't believe it. It's all very, very strange. Very, very strange. All right, I got one more Seagal video to watch before we probably just have a little bit of a chat towards the end and head off. I think it was the interview about his sexual harassment. Now, we don't have to necessarily watch this. We can just see what the general gist of it is. I believe it's some blonde lady accusing Seagal, some big-breasted lady accusing Seagal of harassment. That's one of my favorite photos. I've got a photo of that. I haven't got the actual footage, so I'm going to have to steal this footage.
Why Kelly LeBrock wants to divorce Steve.
That there is an infamous footage from drugged out drag queen. Tell me it doesn't look like he's off his chops right there. Like he's off his tits on something. He might be dropping down a K-hole or something at that point. But I haven't seen that footage before, the actual live footage.
After all these years, she doesn't want to take it anymore.
Her sexy story of how she says the all-action superstar tried to seduce her on a movie set. Marriage under siege. This is A Current Affair with Penny Daniels.
We'll be right back with news of Steven Seagal's divorce.
Why is that news? Why is Steven Seagal getting divorced even news?
It was going to come out in the newspapers that he and I were seeing each other. Remember actress Kelly LeBrock from The Woman in Red? Well, it seems she wants out of her marriage to action star Steven Seagal.
Again, this is not news. I've got to agree, this is not really news. Now, it is...
So, I am condoning violence.
He is the soft-spoken martial arts master of bone-crushing action thrillers.
Is he though? Is he?
But in Los Angeles yesterday, Steven Seagal got a 1-2 punch from his actress wife, Kelly LeBrock. She filed for divorce. But according to this woman, Cheryl Schumann, she claims she was once Seagal's lover, and that this divorce comes as no surprise.
I think Kelly LeBrock is divorcing Steven Seagal because after all these years, she doesn't want to take it anymore.
Schumann, an optician who has framed dozens of movie stars with her line of eyeglassware, says she can see clearly why LeBrock is under siege from her soon-to-be ex.
Kelly's a beautiful woman. Very nice, very sweet. One of the things that I noticed when I was fitting the eyeglasses was that she was bruised and through.
I mean, what are the odds that this lady wanted to be an actress? Seagal promised her the ability to make movies and yada, yada, yada. Bam.
As long as she was on the whole... She was invited to the Holy Couch.
Well, yeah, the Holy Couch, the Holy Dungeon, whatever you want to call it. But he doesn't mind Seagal doesn't mind slaying the trim, that's for sure.
And I didn't say anything because, number one, it's not any of my business.
The MTV run?
I didn't want to pry.
Oh,
and also,
here's my big cat right there.
Town, I think anytime you do discuss or ask any personal questions that, you may not work again.
Schumann claims when she was hired to work on the film Hard to Kill, starring the couple...
That's the same way he grabs her ass now.
Seagal arrived home and explained the bruises on his wife's face.
He comes over, shakes my hand, and basically
comes in for an ass grab.
He said, "Oh, did Kelly tell you what happened?"
Oh, they cut it.
I'm like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "Oh, didn't she tell you I beat her up? And didn't you hear about that?" And I'm like, I don't think I really, I'm like, I didn't really know what to say because I didn't think it was funny.
Whether or not the incident...
It does actually seem like Seagal to walk in and say, "Hey, did you hear that I beat her up?" He's bragging about it. It's a Seagal kind of thing to do. I'm just saying.
Even took place, Schumann sticks by her story.
I know. Even though I didn't physically see him do it, there's not a doubt in my mind that he's heard her. And not just once, I'm sure many times over the years.
There is no record of a police report ever being filed about the alleged incident.
For the record, she did state somewhere in an interview, I can't be bothered finding it now, that apparently he did even force himself on her against her will sometimes, a couple of times, sexually, even while they were married. So, allegedly, I will say.
Schumann says she's kept silent since her relationship with Seagal ended last February because she fears she is on deadly ground.
I've seen
We're back in a moment. Give me one moment. I'll let this play out.
in a matter of seconds go from Steven Seagal, nice, romantic.
Oh.
Oh, it cut our video, or it cut the audio, Pope. Yeah, Samantha, I wish you could have saw him all the way, and he's being shy. He's fucking enormous. He stands up, he's the same height as a toddler. We lost the audio again there, Popeness. There, we're back. I think you cut the audio and the camera at the same time.
Any bad press. I don't want.
Anyway, long story short, she's saying that she doesn't want any attention, but then she's coming out talking about it. She doesn't doubt for a moment that he belted the hell out of his ex-wife, which he probably did, allegedly. But he also has paid off 3 women in the past, and there's a lot more, a slew of allegations.
Yeah, which are facts that he paid off women. And there are photographic evidence of him groping Katherine Heigl when she was 16 also.
Yeah, I've got that photo. I've used it many times. But, who knows? Allegedly, there's a lot of allegedly going on. All right, Joker, I think we'll wind it down, mate. We're in just over 2 hours, which is a respectable time limit, I believe. Is there anything you want to discuss with the Seagalians? You guys want to ask? I'm going to do this now. Q&A. Ask some shit before we go. Bam. What is that? How does that work in the chat now?
I think it's the same. It's just announcing that we're doing a QA. I'm looking at my chat here, and I can still see the chat. It brings it up the same as like a poll.
On my screen, it's different. On my screen, I've got yeah. So I don't think we really need to do that. We could just really who rang the doorbell? Yeah.
I don't have a YouTube yet, glowing. I'm thinking about it though. I have I've been in a couple of bands where I've had like an alternate character that I play. And I think that I was going to start kind of a humorous metal-based channel, music-based channel with that character, with a mask and everything that I have that when I played keyboards for this German band, Backsack Saxa, character on stage with that group that I might do a channel with sometime here in the future.
Rad guy, when the first time I laid eyes on him, now honestly, when I started watching his later movies and I realized what a phenomenon he was. Travis Dean, did anyone find Richie? Yes, Richie. I found the Asian Richie. I found Richie Huang. If you can see him in last week's Bullshito video. You look quite well on, big man. What does well on mean? Sounds good. Will you interview Lord? I would love to interview Lord Seagal, Codfish. I don't know if I'd get the chance, but I would love to interview Lord Seagal. Jan, Tupac was definitely killed by P. Diddy and whoever, and Suge Knight. They owed him a lot of money.
Keefy D, that they've got arrested right now, who's, said that he was a part of it, and he did for quite a long time. And they're just now taking him serious. And a couple of the other guys, I guess, that were in the car, the guy that pulled the trigger, Keefy D, claims is dead now. Well, he's definitely dead, but Keefy D said this other guy had pulled the trigger, which that's, awfully convenient for him since he's the only one who's in jail for it right now. But it looks like he's going to get popped for it.
Yeah. There's a lot of theories, but someone killed Tupac because they didn't want to pay him money. That's my theory. Who would win a fight between Seagal or the Glimmer Man? Easy. Everyone watching. Simple.
Yep.
And afterwards, probably McDonald's because they'd be tired and hungry. Did we land on the moon? Did we land on the moon? Good question. Bigger question is what else is on the moon? That's a bigger question. Did India really land on the
I just saw
moon?
an article today about structures found on the back of the moon. I just saw that today before we came on stream.
Humongous, I'm pretty sure you thanked Paul at least 20 times today, you said, your mate Paul, so you've covered it for us. But everyone else should definitely say, hey, Paul, drink this, it's good for you.
I've certainly thanked Paul and all the Pauls in the congregation.
Correct.
You're all Pauls. Thank you, Pauls.
I probably passed by them. I probably passed by the moon. Yeah, the moon's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. If Tom stole 3 birthdays and snatched 7 changed to New York, how long until thanking Paul? That all depends. That all depends on whether or not Paul was wearing protection, how many cookies were involved, whether any birthdays snatched on that train. You say he stole 3 birthdays, but did he snatch them? Stealing and snatching are not the same. Stealing implies you're not going to give it back. Snatching implies you might give it back. So, that's the thing about Seagal. When he snatches birthday, there's always that chance he might give it back. My comments are not showing. We're on top chat, not live chat. That's why. That's my fault. Sorry, whoever said that. Fuck, I missed a lot of that, Yeah, okay. I hear there's a Nazi base on the moon. I don't know about that one. Thank you, Triple H. I like the dark side of the moon, but yeah. My comments are not showing up. There you go. All right. All right, we're going to wind it down. Joker, anything else you want to say, mate, before we head off?
Other than thank you, Paul, and thank you, Pope. Hope we all
Thank
have
you all.
Segalu Akbar. Segalu Akbar, Segaluya. Hail, Stephen. Hope you all have a great Seagalian week. Look forward to seeing you all here back for the Sunday sermon this coming Sunday.
Definitely.
If not,
this Sunday we'll have.
If not, you're going to where JCVD dwells.
Yeah. This Sunday again, there'll be a new Mark for Death movie review. Hopefully, I'll try and sneak something in before then, but we'll see how we go. But until then, my friends, it has been legendary. Again, 2 hours and 11 minutes, and we didn't really watch anything new today, like in terms of live. So the time just ridiculously goes by. But thank you all for coming. You're all champions. I appreciate you all. Seagalism wouldn't be the same without you crazy mofos and ladies. Champion. Again, I'll be in touch during the week with some random shit on the page. Some odd photos, maybe a poll for Paul. We'll see how we go. Some kind of quiz or poll for Paul. But until then, my friends, thank you all for coming and spending your Sunday with me. I truly appreciate it. You're all champions, and I hope to see you all soon. And bye-bye. Champions. Boom.